Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4KB Shorts Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. So we've gone into orbit, we did EVA science, we've done suborbital flights, and we've done a few here and there flights. But we got solar panels now. With solar panels with great solar panels come great responsibility? Something like that. Anyway, point is, it's time to go a little bit further out into space, because of course we need to grab up all that nummy science. Now, we could launch a few Kerbals around Kerbin here. We could absolutely just throw them around Kerbin, but I find that to be disingenuous, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's not very polite. it doesn't feel like it works very well. So we're not going to be throwing Kerbals around the area. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have some Kerbals go where Kerbals have gone many times before and need to go again. We're gonna have a Kerbal go to the moon. We're not gonna land on the moon. I'm gonna save that. We're gonna save that for a little bit later until our tech is enough to allow us to do so. But we're not gonna land on the moon just yet. We are gonna go to the moon. That's gonna be our big thing. Is we're gonna go to the moon. We're going to do some science around the moon. Now, to go to the moon is some pretty basic stuff, I would think. Oh, right, we don't have any of those funny fuel line things, do we? No, we haven't been, I will take credit for that. I have not been upgrading our wonderful ship. That is my bad. But since we're just going to the moon, I know we don't need a lot of fuel to do that. So our return, this will be our return vessel. Not very big, not very expensive, as you can see, so we should be able to just put this right here. Look at this command pod. Look how complex it has become. It is an exceptionally complex command pod. There we go. So we have 1.78 and 1,641. That is a lot of fuel. We could probably even cut that down a little bit if we wanted to get rid of some weight. We may, depending. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Because without fuel lines, we have to do this our own way. 935. Was it 1,100? 1,100? Yeah. Oh, 1,600. Yeah, that's a pretty big bump, actually. So we'll go ahead and keep that the way it is. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop one of these on here. Now we don't have, we don't have separators. I wish we had separators, but we don't. Makes me sad inside. One of the easiest ways to fly to the moon, of course, is to use separators, but we don't have any. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something slightly like separators, but not the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and put one of these. We're just going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 should be enough. You know what? Just make it 4. Let's just make it 4. We'll go all the way on this one and put a tank right here at the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to put, I'd say 4 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these. 6 might be a little much, but we'll take a look at what our numbers say when we're done. So we're going to go ahead and put one of these here. Just boom, like that. And then I think we'll go ahead and we'll just do it like this. There it is, and there it is. Alright, and I think we should put one on top as well. Like that. So this is going to be a lot more complex than it probably should. There may even be problems. We may have like explosions and stuff. I don't even know. Let's find out. So we have 3,724 in the first stage with a lift of 1.76 in... Alright, and then we have this stage. And then we have this stage. And then we have this stage here. So that gives us a total delta V of 8,760. It's a nice chunk of change there, with a thrust to rate ratio of about 1.7, 1.6, 1.7. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot better than it was. The only problem that we're going to have is it may be a little bit wobbly. Maybe a teeny tiny bit wobbly. The other thing that we need, now that I remember, is we need to take this off. Yep, we need to take it off, and we need to add science. What's the point of going to the moon if you're not going to take science with you, ladies and gentlemen? I have no idea. Alright, we'll put it on here. I was gonna take that off and put it somewhere else, but it probably would be a better idea to put it there. So we're gonna put that there. We're of course going to take 2 of these, I think, just for funsies. Yeah, we will take 2, so we're gonna put them like that, just like we always do. We also want to put, we already have an antennae. Oh wow, that's it for science? Oh, we need to unlock some more science stuff. That's pretty bad if that's all we have for science. Alright, so we're at 1.75, 1.6, and 1.51, and still a total delta V of 8,224. So that's pretty awesome. So I believe this is the Moho, let me go ahead and take a look. It is the Moho 4, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll say the KSA Moho 4, excuse me. And that's a IV like that. Hey, look at that. Isn't that nice? Moho 4. We will save it. We don't really need action groups, except we could put some action groups on. We could say crew report is action group 1, action group 2 can be the materials bay, action group 3 can be the mystery goo, and just for funsies. And I think that's it. And that is it. So we have power, we can go long distances. Here's our first to the moon rocket. It's very unstable, it doesn't even have struts on it. No struts, nothing. And our pilot, it's time to choose our pilot. Now I know a few of you have been asking, please, can you choose me? But not yet. I don't choose people based on that. Oh wait, it might help if I take Dookie out of there. Sorry, Dookie. Whoop. And it looks like Lewis McCoy. Lewis, have you already been chosen? Let's find out. Lewis McCoy, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make sure I'm not choosing the same people over again. So this is an alphabetical order. Awesome! I love it that this is an alphabetical order. H-I-J-K, Lothvar. Lewis McCoy, no flights. Alright. I love that ribbon set. It's really awesome. So Lewis McCoy is going to be our guy. He's going to be one heading to the moon. So of course we're going to go ahead and save, and then I will see you guys out there on the launch pad when we try to get this thing into the, well, into the sky of all places. So we'll see you there. Alright everybody, here we are out on the launch pad, and we got a bug with our flag again. It just shows Kerbal. Unfortunately, mods tend to do that. Now, this thing is a bit wobbly, so who knows, we might explode, something bad might happen. We don't have any struts on this thing, so we just kind of have to guess at it. And we're just going to go to the moon, or we're going to try to go to the moon, so here we go. Oh, we need a little bit more lift than that. Whoa, where did my frame rate go? Frame rate just went bye-bye. Okay, interesting, but not too destructive. Oh, was that a little better? There you go, that's a little better. Oh, I guess we were looking at the smoke. Okay, so note to self, do not look at smoke. It causes frame rate issues. But we're up and we're going. That's a good start. Now, as before, I've been doing these launches straight up, and we've been going out, and it's been taking a lot of time out of the videos, and I'm wondering if maybe we should go back to initial launch and then make sure nothing bad happens as long as we're in orbit, I would think. I'm kind of thinking that would be the best idea, so let's just go ahead and check our first stage, or when we launch, we'll check our first stage. And, well, actually, this stage is going to last a really long time, so we may even make it into orbit, I don't know. we'll just have to find out. Ooh, you know what we didn't bring? We didn't bring any food. I hope it takes less than a day to get there and back. Eek. Didn't even think about that. Sorry. Now Lewis is panicking. Lewis is like, wait a minute. You didn't bring any food. Where are all the snacks? I just noticed there are no snacks. I am concerned. Poor guy. I'm sorry, Lewis. My bad there, buddy. Okay, so we just crossed our apoapsis, which is fine, but we're coming up on 2, 3, 4, there it is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and done. So that's 113 by 102. Lewis McCoy, ladies and gentlemen, now in orbit around Kerbin. Loving it. Alright, so we don't really need to do any EVAs, I'm pretty sure, if we do a crew report. Yeah, a crew report's pretty basic, so what we need to do is we need to get to the moon. That's going to be our next goal. Again, I hope it doesn't take us more than a day, because unfortunately we only have about 1 day worth of food, water, and oxygen, but that's 23 hours worth. That should be more than enough. While we're doing this, wait a second, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at our goo canister. Observe mystery goo. 2.3 science. No, we will reset that. I think we're going to do one high over Kerbin. I think we'll try to do a goo canister high over Kerbin. I don't believe we've done one of those, and it might be a really good idea to try it. Ooh, look at all those clouds down there. Look how pretty that is. Okay, almost there. 2 minutes, 1 minute. 57 seconds. It's going to be a 39-second burn, and we've already missed our mark, so let's just go. My bad. Unfortunately, I missed the mark. We fast forward a little bit too fast, or a little bit too long, but that's okay. We should be fine. Don't really have an intercept on the moon, but we'll do our best. Worst comes to worst, we overshoot, and Lewis is lost in space forever. With only 24 hours of oxygen, there's probably no way for us to come and get him, so... Poor guy. But that's okay, Lewis. We'll do our best to bring him back alive, I promise. Alright, so Lewis is on his way to the moon. Now, we need to get out to about 500,000. There it is, 500,000. That's the farthest anyone's ever been from Kerbin, I believe. So let's go ahead and do a crew report. Aha! Crew report while in space high over Kerbin. It's very round. We will transmit that because we can. No comms device on vessel cannot transmit data. Oh, right, I forgot. That is, yes. With remote tech, you can't transmit anything if your comms device it doesn't have anything attached to. So, unfortunately, we can't transmit any of our data. So, my bad on that one. Let's go ahead and observe our mystery goo again. And that is the goo feels right at home here. So that's in space high over Kerbin. That's 10 science for that. We will keep that data. And we will have Lewis here, and he will EVA. Ah, so Lewis is EVA. Look how pretty that is. That is so much more beautiful than your standard Kerbin. It's just, you can see it from here, and it's got the glow, and the clouds, and the darkness on the other side. And from here, honestly, the city lights do, in fact, look good from out here. It really does. But up close and personal, it's terrible. And I think that's why I never remove it. It's because I think I should, and then I don't. Because it's so pretty out here. It really is. No questions asked. It's very pretty out here. All right. Let's go ahead and grab our mystery goo data. Okay, there it is. So we'll grab that. Nope, not no damage. Get closer there, buddy. Alright, collect data. Removing the experiment data, yes, so we know it will lock out the experiment, but that's okay. Oh, did we lose? Why can't you? Okay. For whatever reason, he wasn't able to turn there for a second. Alright, so we'll take a look at the Kerbin sphere there. And we'll do our EVA report. EVA report. You've recorded your observations about the situation. Okay, not super spectacular, but we've got 8 science. It looks like our accumulated dose of radiation is going through the roof. So we might want to get back inside before something bad happens to Lewis here. We don't want him growing an extra toe or something. Because, of course, his spacesuit can't accommodate an extra toe. Grab hold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah! Lost in space. Alright, a little bit of problem. A little bit of trouble getting him back inside, but we'll fix that. Alright. Guess that extra toe's getting in the way already, isn't it? Alright, so we'll try to do this a little bit more gently then. And grab, and there it is. There it is. Oop, oop, oop. Get inside. Alright, we made it back inside. Awesome. And we're still going to the moon. We are now at the moon. Let's go ahead and quick save just in case of bugs, errors, or explosions. And I think we'll do a goo canister report from high over the moon. The goo feels right at home here. 30 whole science. Look at that. We will keep that absolutely. That'll buy us some extra rocket parts. Observe materials bay. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with this. I'm still waiting for that mod when you have glowing rockets. That's 75 science, which is a lot. So we will keep that for now. We'll also allow a crew report from here. Now to do that, we actually have to get out. So Lewis, go ahead and get out for a second. Now Lewis is going to get out, and he's going to do a crew report from here. But before he does that, he's going to say what? Oh right, we have to take all the damage. We have to take all the data out. Excuse me. Put it all back. We're going to have him let go because I like to do my EVAs for real. I like my EVAs to be realistic in a way. All right, there they are. Ooh, look at that, so pretty. All right, lock in. There you go, little buddy. He's having some trouble locking in there. And he will look at the moon from here. Hello, moon. EVA report. You recorded your observations about the situation. 24 science. We will keep that absolutely. Alright, so Lewis has been able to do that. Awesome, awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get back inside, and then he'll be able to do yet another crew report. Whoa! Okay, Lewis, did you fail your EVA training? I'm afraid we may have brought you up here a little bit too early, buddy. You're having some trouble with the whole locking onto doors and things. Haven't had that kind of trouble in quite some time. Maybe you learned from Bill or Bob how to... Yep. Yeah, I think you learned from Bill or Bob how to do this. Whoop. Alright. Wait. Okay, this is me. That's all me. Alright, try again. It's okay, little buddy. We'll get you back inside here. No questions asked. Alright, back it up a little bit. And... I wish we could just board from here, but unfortunately it's a lot harder to do that. Wow, okay. So we may run out of EVA fuel trying to get him back inside. Why are you having such a hard time with this, Lewis? What might do us a little bit of good is to do this. Alright. Did that bump it? Not enough for it to matter. Alright, so let's go ahead and back it up. Now we want you to grab, lock in with your toes, lock... Oh, Louie, you're having such a hard time. How's our EVA fuel doing? Okay, so he's only used up about 75 units, or 65 units, excuse me. Okay, grab. Ah, there we go. Now board. Alright, so I think before we EVA again, we may want to turn the rocket so that Lewis is more centered on the rocket's point of origin. That's a little bit safer. Alright, so we're going to come in low over the moon. So it's going to be a nice lunar, excuse me, not lunar, it's not Luna, it's the moon. It's going to be a nice lunar flyby. Looks like there's an atmosphere on there almost. That's odd. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Do not lie to me, sir. Alright, where's our marker? -2 minutes. Okay. So that means we're pretty close to standing straight up. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna be 43 kilometers over the moon, not bad. Let's just go ahead and do this. I am going to stage lock us, just in case. I have that feeling I should stage lock us. Now, we could probably get more science if we were to reset these over the moon, but I'm thinking that Lewis may not want to do that. So, because we're going to want to bring people back, of course. We're absolutely going to want to bring people back. Okay, we're going to store that. You know what? Did we do a crew report from high over the moon? I don't think we did. We'll have to do another one. So let's do one here. You look at the surface of the moon and try to find a good landing space. The inside of the craters might be the best option. 15 science, absolutely. Alright, we'll have him EVA again. And of course, as always, we'll have him let go. We'll have him back away. So we're gonna come pretty low over the moon. It's actually gonna be pretty intense. Still, it looks like there's atmosphere there, but I know there's not. I know there's not. Let's do an EVA report. Which gives us 24 science. You recorded your observation about the situation. Absolutely, we did. Grab hold of that, climb inside. Boom, done. Look at that. Doing a good job. Alright, so we'll go ahead and readjust our position to be closer to our burn marker. We also have to keep an eye on our power, which is still running just fine, but we are going to end up on the dark side of the moon, so we have to keep an eye on that. And there it is. Nicely done. Okay, so we're set and we're ready to rock and roll in 1 minute and 9 seconds. It's very low over the moon. It does look very pretty up close and personal. It really does. I honestly have to say it looks very pretty up close. It's just so far away. It looks like a big white bland dot of sadness. This atmospheric thing here is kind of creeping me out. I'm not entirely sure why that's there, but we'll take what we can get. Okay, this is going to be a 4-second burn. We'll fast forward ourselves. And that is in 10 seconds. 4, 2. Whoop, missed it again. Always seem to be doing that. Let's go ahead and throttle up. And we're close. Oh, we missed our low to the moon coverage. That's okay, though. Yeah, I do like this. Look at that. Nice little gradient change between everything. It's so very pretty. It's also very pretty. Okay, since we've decided to do that with the moon, we do have to get Louis out. So we're going to get Lewis out. Now, we're going to have the same problem we had last time, which is where he has a tendency to get stuck outside. So instead, we're going to tilt up slightly. And then we're going to stop the ship from rotating, and we're going to have Lewis EVA. Oh, he's got the sun in his eye. Sad guy. All right, there we go. EVA, let go. RCS up, zoom in. Here we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and empty these out, because we did not before. And I'd hate to lose all that wonderful, tasty science we got out of this. Or did we? Nope, I didn't think we did. Collect data. Yes, remove the data. Is this one the one that we got? I think that's the one we already... Yes, it's the only one we already used. So this one's the one we want. That's going to be... No, not EVA report. We need to collect the data. Thank you. Remove canister. I think we've already done our EVA report from this side of the moon, or from this height over the moon. Unless we're low enough to do EVA reports. Ah, the moon's midlands. You've recorded your observation about the situations. I think we've already done that one. Let's see if we've done that one already. That's store experiments. All items have been stored. Awesome. Or maybe not. Nope, nothing to store. Excellent. Let's go ahead and take everything out. Now we'll put everything back in. Done. Whoa, very complex. And I guess we'll float out here for a little while, because as long as we're low to the ground doing EVAs, we missed the crater. We missed the crater EVA. Sad day. EVA reports. Yeah, so we have over the moon's midlands is where we're at. Probably won't cover much anything else, but I completely forgot that we were low enough to do EVA reports over each area. So much science we could have gotten. Oh well, we've gotten enough, or at least a lot. And we're getting on the dark side, so it's hard to see anything, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're going to be over the midlands for a while, because the midlands take up a lot of space. So, sad day for us, but we'll be fine. More than enough science to go around. Alright, so let's go ahead and tilt ourselves to our required coordinates for our burn, which looks to be here-ish, somewhere around in here. Okay, here they are. Not sure why the burn is so minute, but it is. It's a very minute burn. It's very wobbly. And there we are. That's very pretty, but unfortunately very dangerous for us, because we have an eclipse. An eclipse means no power. So let's check our power. We're at 201. Okay, we should be okay. We should be okay. There it is. And we're back up again. Nice. Well, we're going to be coming... It really is pretty from out here. It's very pretty from out here. It really is. The moon looks bigger than Kerbin from here. And they look closer together, strangely enough. I don't remember them being that close together. Maybe it's just me, but I'm getting kind of paranoid. I don't remember them being that close together. Alright, here we go. Okay, that's 26 minutes, 25, 22. Again, we might be able to do one EVA report right at or just after our burn, but probably not the best idea. Probably not the best idea. We don't want to have Lewis stranded out here. He only has 1 hour to work with. And that 1 hour is going to either save him or kill him, so... Alright, it's going to take 13 seconds, which means at 6 seconds we want to start our burn. Why do I have a feeling that's a really odd burn? Is that going to kill us, do I think? Let's find out. Alright, so oddly enough, it's not going to kill us, but it is going to make me very nervous. Lewis is going to EVA. Now, we're not going to let go because I don't want to fight to get him back on board. Well, we're still high over the moon, unfortunately, so that's fine. We are coming down, though. I guess he can hold on for a little while. I don't know why the rocket is wobbling so poorly, but it is. Just the way it feels like doing. Let's board up. And I think we go down to about 21 kilometers, wasn't it? And so maybe we get lucky and we can grab ourselves a little bit more science along the way. And that's 30. Alright, that's 27. 27 should be fine. EVA and take a quick gander. What do we got? EVA reports. Moon's Midlands! Always the Moon's Midlands. Well, we are coming up on a crater. I think this is the larger of the two craters, so this might be where we're going. So maybe if we get very, 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 very lucky, we'll cross over at 21 kilometers at that point. Alright. We're almost there? Well, let's board and fast forward. It's always a good idea. Yeah, we're going to be coming down to about 22 kilometers. Oh, that's nice. I think we've crossed over. And we should be able to EVA and get a little bit more science. Nope, still the Moon's Midlands. Wow, really? Now it's really hard to tell. Oh, well, there's that crater there. Did we miss it? I think we shot underneath the actual crater. Oh, sadness. There's another crater over here. That might be the other one. But for now, we are unfortunately just over the Moon's Midlands. There's no other place to be, so we're going to cross over this way. And it looks to me like we're starting to head back up, which we are. It's all, yep, this is all Midlands, unfortunately. Here's another crater here, but we might go too high to get the science from it. We'll have to see as we cross over. So let's go ahead and do that. That's about there. Okay. Feel free to EVA there, Lewis. Look straight down if you could. Ah, Moon's East crater. Here you go. You've recorded your observations about the situation. We'll keep that data. We will board the ship, and we're good to go. Okay, so we got a little bit more science out of it, which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And now it's time to go home, which is that way. Hey, there's Kerbin. Alright, how much food, water, oxy do we have? 10 hours. And I think it's going to take us about 10 hours to get home. If our 11 hours. Oof, sad day. Well, we'll have to find out if you're going to survive there, Lewis. You can survive for about 2 hours without food, water, and oxygen. So we're going to use that buffer zone to keep you alive, I hope. Worst comes to worst, you die horribly in a fire. We're at 29. Okay, so periapsis sight's at 29, so that's not bad. 29.9 is fine. But it's going to take us 9 hours, 47 minutes to get there with 8 hours, 32 minutes of food, water, and oxygen left. So let's go. Because there's nothing we can do about it now. Either we're going to survive or we're not going to survive. Yes, I know it's running out. I know it's running out. 2 hours left. It's going to take us 3 hours to get there. I know. I know. I'm sorry. It's depleted. No, the end of days is nigh. Okay, here we go. So I don't know how long he'll last without this food, water, oxygen. Kerbin's a very nice place to look to. Come on, Lewis. You can do this. I know you can. I have faith in you, buddy. At least I think I have faith in you. Might make it, might not. See, I feel like if I fast forward time any faster, he'll die faster. Even though he may die regardless. So, there's that. Alright, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. And we're coming down. So I think he can survive again. I think it's 2 hours. I think. it's 2 hours. But without oxygen, I don't know how long, you know? May not be very long at all. We may not survive very long at all, but we're hoping. So hard. Come on, Lewis, don't die on me, buddy. You're gonna be the first Kerbal to die in space. You'll make me cry. Alright, so let's change our view, because we're still alive at the moment. And to get us down to the ground a little bit faster, what I think we're going to do is we're going to slow down a lot more. Yep, we're going to use the remainder of this fuel just to slow ourselves down a heavy amount. Because we have the fuel, we're going to use it. And that way we can get Lewis down to the ground, get him recovered before bad things happen to him. And that's going to be how we roll. Okay, so let's slow ourselves down a little bit. Well, a lot, really. 50 kilometers above the surface, maybe we get super lucky. I don't know. I don't know. What do we got? Negative 1 hour, 13 minutes. I think it's 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours. We're stage locked. Unlock the stages. Thank you. Launch that one. There we go. Gonna keep slowing down because we have the fuel to do it. And this should bring Lewis in pretty smooth, pretty safe, pretty clean. Come on, Lewis. You can do it, buddy. Don't die on me. We'll have to see. He may die. I don't know. He may die last minute. Oh, I would cry. I would cry. I would like literally just be like tears. Tears. So many tears. Okay, so we're still coming down. Nice and gentle. We're using our engine to slow us down, so we may not get re-entry effects, but that's not the important part. The important part is getting Lewis down in one piece. So come on, buddy. Now we're not going to do any science when we hit the ground, because without any food, water, and oxygen, there's no reason to do any science. So it doesn't matter where we land. When it comes to oxygen, we're just going to go. Or when it comes to science, we're just going to land him and then recover as quickly as possible for safety's sake. Doing okay. We're coming into the atmosphere. Open up your outboard tanks or something, you know? Alright, so we're falling, but we're falling slow enough to where we shouldn't have any problems with any re-entry, any re-entry effects, so we shouldn't have any deadly re-entry issues. Come on, get inside the clouds, where it's safe, where there's air. I don't have any air intake, so it doesn't matter. 1 hour, 14 minutes. Come on, buddy! Okay, we're crossing through the cloud barrier, which is great. I think what we can do is we can cut this main engine, we just get rid of it. I like the weight, though. I like having that weight on there, because it's pulling us down a lot faster. And so I'm hoping it'll keep us, it'll pull us down fast enough to where we can get to the ground even faster than we are now. Now it looks like we're heading for ocean! I am okay with that, 6,000 meters. And we're cutting through the cloud barrier, nice little circular thing there. Okay, then we're going to dump that. Alright, so that's gone now. Turn off our SAS so we get a little bit more centered. So bye-bye, garbage. You know, I think we haven't left any garbage in space. I haven't checked. I don't know. We might have. And I don't really want to open our parachute yet. I know that sounds really sad, but I want to fall as fast as possible just to make sure we get nearer to the surface. I don't want to rip the... Lewis is not happy about what's going on. I know, Lewis. Alright, we're about to hit 500 meters, so I better slow this down a lot faster than that. Parachute open. Alright. So we have the last 400 meters to go before we hit the ocean. If we're careful, if we're lucky, and if we're good, Lewis will survive, no questions asked. We hope. Come on, Lewis, you can do this! Please? 300 meters left. You're almost there, buddy. If you can survive just a few more minutes without food, water, and, you know, oxygen. You know, that most important of things, oxygen. Next to snacks, I don't know. He was panicking when we left, but he's happy when we're coming back. I don't know. Lewis might be a little bit crazy. And that's 170, 160. Come on! Go faster! Again, I'd fast forward time, but I'm afraid that if we fast forward time, somehow he'll die faster. I'm just going, you know, just doing it the way we're supposed to be doing it. That way it's just done. No questions asked. Just boom, done. All right, 40, 30, 20. Come on, do it, man. 10 and hits the water 100%. Recover vessel, no questions asked. And we're here and alive, and we got 270 science for all of our hard work, even though Lewis put his life on the line. Oh, dear God. Speaking of which, let's take a look at how that fared with Lewis. Let's see all of his wonderful, wonderful tags here. Wow, look at that. So we have Dangerous EVA Ribbon. Awesome. First Moon Orbit EVA Ribbon. Yay! First Moon Orbit Ribbon. G-Force 6. Everyone gets G-Force 6 because I have a tendency to take off fast. Splashdown Ribbon. Yay, okay. Kerbin Orbital EVA and Kerbin Orbit. So you there, Lewis, got yourself a the First Moon Orbit Ribbon. Yay! And then, of course, the First Moon Orbit EVA Ribbon. Awarded for being the first Kerbal on EVA in a stable orbit around the moon, and awarded for being the first Kerbal orbiting around the moon. Awesome. Alright, so we got 276 science. Let's take a look at our scientific stuff here. Now, we got power. That was our main thing, was to grab power. The next main thing was to grab some stability enhancement units. That's these guys here. On top of that, we also needed more science. That was our other thing. I really don't want to do this yet. I do, but I don't. And that's the sad part, is I really do want to do it, but I don't. But it's got science in it, so I kind of want to. It drives me nuts. No, these are really expensive, and there's no science in here that I can see. Well, there's a little bit of science, but nothing that we need. Alright, so because there's no real science in there, what we're going to do is we're going to increase our effectiveness as rocket pilots. And to do that, we're going to grab that. We're going to grab that. And we will grab this, and that will, yes, there we go. And fuel lines, the magical fuel lines. Boom. Once we get fuel lines, we are like gods. And we have SAS unit, which we're probably going to need with more complex rockets, so we will grab that level of rocketry as well. So we have completed 0, 1, 2, and 3. We need to complete, there's more food, water, and oxygen in there, and some bigger rocket parts. There's some other rocket parts here. Looks like some plane parts, which we don't need, but it also has our stability enhancement systems, which is what we need. And it looks like we have some more power and stuff. I guess next time we will end up at some point having to go with this. I still feel like I need to move these around, but I haven't been doing that. Alright. So, we have some more stuff coming up. We have some more pods, some more boxes, some more things. We're going to try to do some more science around the moon. We're not going to land on the moon just yet. I want to land on the moon for real, meaning landing legs, lander pod, landing type stuff, not just landing a Mark 1 pod on there. I also want to kind of take more than one Kerbal. That's the thing, is you always take one Kerbal everywhere, one Kerbal for the Mark 1 pod. I want to open up more pods and get more Kerbals down there, maybe 2 or 3 even. And that way I can get more of you guys out there on your missions and everything, because it's super important that we get you guys out there as many as possible, because there's so many of you signing up. Because like every video, someone's like, I want to be a Kerbal. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And then I see this huge long list. I'm like, oh dear God, what am I going to do with all you people? And so I want to get more Kerbals out there, 2, 3, 5 Kerbals, that kind of thing. Because you can't just send one Kerbal out there every time. He'd go nutsy. He'd go loony. He'd be like, I'm all alone out here. And if something went wrong, gotta rescue him. Gotta go out there and save him. Gotta help out. Gotta have 2 Kerbals, cranking on gear. Something, anything. But because that flight took such a great long time, it was a straight cut, and I know it was a straight cut because I recorded from front to back. I may cut things out of it, like loading screens and things like that, but I wanted to try it out. So one huge long flight, so it's going to be a really long video, and I know you guys are like, oh, one flight, KB, but we get so much done in one flight, we really do. So I'll try to get more than one flight in as much as possible, but I don't want to rush it, because if we get through too much of this too quickly, what ends up happening is Kerbal Space Adventures has some problems continuing, so we're having some fun with this. But for now, we're going to go ahead and cut here. So once again, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me, 4KB Short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program, Kerbal Space Adventures, and I will see you guys next video.